the basis of all independence.
Hello, this is Dr. V's Revolution Will Not Be Pesticides. Today I'm doing a video, something that's been on my mind a little bit lately, and it has to do with convenience. And I always tell people, don't always choose convenience. If you have a choice between getting something that will make your life extremely convenient to the point where you don't have to put any work in, versus choosing something in which you still have to put some work in, I would always say, choose the thing in which you still have to put your mind and your body and your soul into that thing in order to get it done. An example of this, I see people always rushing to the latest technologies. The latest technologies in which they didn't even put their own body and soul and effort into creating. But the technology is pretty easy. It's a swipe, it's a button press, it's an easy click to get something done that otherwise you would have had to use your mind to get done. An example of this is GPS. Everybody now they just put the GPS in their car, they put the directions in, and then they just follow the lead of the directions without even putting any thought into where they're going. You even have cars now that even drive for people. So you can text and do whatever you want, and then if you slightly get off the road, it'll put you right back on course. It makes me really wonder, at what point are we in so-called civilized society going to completely be depending on technology? And it makes me think about something. We put all this effort into getting the things that are the most convenient so we can not put in effort, not put in work, not put in any type of muscle or mind into anything we do. And then in another part of our life, we go to the gym, and then we put in the muscle, put in the work, put in the mind. So it's like, why do we compartmentalize our lives so much? On one part of our life, we want to be the most lazy, and then a couple hours later, we want to put in the most stress on our body. I started realizing, why don't I just make my life a workout, rather than trying to be super convenient in one section and then putting in work in the next section? And that would actually open up a lot of time to do other things. So what I started doing, once this COVID-19 thing hit, is I started changing the way I do certain things. And even as of recently, my kids, they started wanting to ride their bikes to school. Now their mom won't let them ride their bikes to school by themselves, so I would have to go with them. But I said, you know what, why don't I, instead of riding my bike to school with them, why don't I run while they ride? Because I spend time running anyway while they're at school. So why don't I kill two birds with one stone? So that's what I do. The kids ride their bikes to school, and I run alongside them. It's a really tough run. It's 2.3 miles there, and it's 2.3 miles back. And then I got to do the same thing after school. After school, I don't always run as well. I usually take the bike, because that'd be over 9 miles a day. And sometimes when I'm prepared to do that, I will do that before and after school. But what this does, it opens up the rest of my day to actually get things done, spend time with my kids when they come home from school, instead of having to use that time to run by myself away from the kids. Another thing, for instance, got a flat tire the other day, and has a slight leak, so every couple days I got to pump it up. A neighbor came up to me and offered me his electric pump. I said, no, it's okay. I'll use this thing right here, the old-fashioned pump. I said, you know what? I was going to do push-ups anyway. Why don't I kill two birds with one stone and pump up my tire, which will take a long time, with this thing. I'm going to be using muscle to do it. That way, I don't got to waste time going to the gym and doing those kinds of things like that. When I go to work, I work on the second floor. Sometimes teach classes on the third and fourth floor. Instead of taking the elevator, why don't I just take the stairs? So, get into the building. I see everybody going in the elevator. I go take the stairs. I get my steps in that way. I go to the grocery store. If I happen to drive my car, instead of parking in the first parking spot, or even waiting 10 minutes just so someone can leave the first parking spot so I can get there, just to walk 10 steps into the store, why don't I park in the back of the parking lot? You see, the thing is, everybody's fighting for convenience. You got people that that have they put the handicap signs in their car, knowing damn well that they're not handicapped, just to get the nearest parking spot, just to get into the store, and think that that's some kind of privilege or something. But sometimes too much privilege will make you weak. Sometimes too much sugarcoating will make you soft. Sometimes too much convenience will get you completely out of shape, weak-minded, and not prepared for a real world. Okay? That's it, guys. Be careful. All right? Don't always choose convenience. Remember, the revolution will not be pesticides. Peace.
Land is the basis of all independence.